Hello and welcome to the Elder Tree podcast. My name is Twiggy Dawn. I'm the founder of the Elder Tree and Alchemilla Herbals, and I reside on Jitterbug land here in far north Queensland. You are listening to the Herbal Education Segment, where each new moon I invite a myriad of plant wisdom keepers to chat about the world of herbal education, about their passions and motivations, and their dreams for the future of herbal medicine education in Australia. This podcast is brought to you by the Elder Tree, a non-for-profit organisation whose mission is putting the medicine in the hands of the people. One of the ways that we are doing this is through this podcast. If you would like to go deeper with the podcast journey while supporting the Elder Tree for as little as $2 per week, then you can become a member of our Patreon. Thanks to all of the people and plants who have helped to make this podcast possible. In today's episode, we announced some very exciting news that Kat Green from Herbfest and Everyday Empowered is now officially joining the Herbal Education Segment as a co-host with me here on the Elder Tree podcast. And she's already been in 6 episodes so far. She's been the most, aside from the actual existing presenters, she's been the person, the most included guest on the podcast. So yeah, it just seemed like a fitting next step. So this episode, I am going to give you a little warning. There is no filter. Kat and I really like to laugh a lot. And so it's a bit silly. It's a little bit of a silly introduction, welcoming Kat into the space, giving her an induction on the job training, but also within that, just bringing some education, sharing some stories around herbs, and a little bit of a funny Q&A back and forth, which is actually quite revealing. So I hope you enjoy it, and if you stick it out all the way to the end, I give a little prize to the listeners that made it that far. So sit back, relax, and have a good laugh. Hi, Kat. Welcome back onto the Elder Tree podcast for your 7th time. And I just wanted to start off with giving you the grand award for being on the Elder Tree podcast 7 times. Congratulations. And your award is that you actually get to now become a co-host of the Elder Tree podcast. So I hope you enjoy your reward and welcome onto the show, and would love to hear about what your experience has been like being on the Elder Tree podcast so many times.
No, I'm really, really excited to be joining you guys as a co-host. It's such a, it's such a gift to the Australian community, being able to be connected and get to know everyone through the podcast and hear everyone's thoughts and backstories and just feel more connected, because I think it's really important. So thank you, and I'm very excited to be joining you all.
Yeah, it feels like a natural progression, really, having you on here. So you've been interviewed twice by Jess, you've been interviewed twice by me, and you've also you've recorded 2 episodes on the Herbal Education segment. So you're practically already a co-host anyway.
Yes. Yeah, no, it's really fun. And if anyone hasn't listened to those, go back and listen to them.
Oh yeah, I'll even tell you the numbers if anyone wants to listen to them. Look up number 1. I'll put it in the show notes actually, just to save you having to listen to me say a bunch of numbers. If anyone listening to this wants to listen to all the other amazing episodes with Kat, just look at the show notes and I'll have all the links there.
Great. And we'll have lots of fun coming up. Yeah, I'm really excited to be sharing it with you, Twiggy, in this space of herbal education. Like, I'm so passionate about herbal education for everyone, from babies up to elders and everyone in between. It's just so important to be able to reclaim these skills in our home. So thank you so much for sharing the herbal education segment with me.
Well, absolutely. I couldn't think of anyone better for it, really. You're just such an amazing, prolific herbal mover and shaker, and I just love what you do with Herbfest and everything you do. So yeah, excited to have you on here, especially because of your humor. I have such fond memories of our botanical walk at Grassroots Botany for Herbalists in Brisbane a few weeks back, or whenever the heck that was. That was good fun. I'm now kind of waiting for a herbal comedy act to come forth from you. You can practice on the show if you
Yeah, I
like.
think that'd be pretty funny. I don't know if people are ready for that. Oh my gosh, did you see on Instagram I did this song recently?
No.
It was so bad, Twiggy. You should go to my Instagram after this. And I had a song stuck in my head, like a pop song, and I was in the middle of working on a cold and flu course that I'm about to launch, and I like used the lyric, the melody of the song, but I dubbed in my own lyrics about cold and flu. And then I hit publish.
Have you had many
I'm really
likes?
not sure I should have hit publish on that one. No, not very many likes at all.
Have you noticed the decline in followers since this point, Kat?
Well, I don't think any recording contracts are going to come my way. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, you might start a new
I
trend.
told my kids about it and they just shook their head. Oh, I might, but I told my kids and they just shook their heads and said, I really hope that none of my friends' parents listen to that, Mum. It's so embarrassing.
Well, who knows? I've actually been fantasizing about like creating a herbal medicine album. You know, my ex partner Charlie McGee, he made the formidable vegetable sound system permaculture, album, which was pretty cool. I think first of its kind in my awareness. And but
Yes,
who's gonna
he was
who's gonna
so cool.
record the herbal medicine album? Like, when is that gonna come about? Like, maybe we all record a track. Like Taj can record a track
Well,
about like herbal constituents, and yeah, we just get like people to, Heidi can record a track about the wild weeds, and yeah, we kind of have an all-star cast album, herbal album. Be great.
maybe. I think I'd probably rather be a backing singer for Charlie McGee's. The formidable vegetable sound system is so good. I'd love him to do a herbal version, and I'll be like what Costa playing the carrot in that song. I just literally loved that he played the carrot. That was so cool.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, or maybe we can just steal all of Charlie's songs and put herbal stuff over it.
Maybe I can play a dandelion stalk or something.
So that leads me to my next question, Kat. If we're going to have a serious interview here, is that if you were a dandelion flower and you had finished your reproductive cycle and you were a puff and I blew on your hair and all of your seeds dispersed, what would your wish be?
World peace, obviously, Twiggy. Like every good beauty queen the world over.
Yeah, I think you're probably not a good person if you don't wish for world peace.
No, I don't think so. But now that I've clocked that one, I feel like I can. I don't know, what would I wish for. Um, Now people just get to hear me thinking out loud on air.
I'd wish that I could grow rhodiola.
Oh, really? Why rhodiola?
Oh, it's so cool. I mean, for a start, like if you want to teach people about astringent herbs, you can like give them a bit of rhodiola and watch their faces turn inside out.
Oh
But
yeah.
also, yeah, it's just like such an incredible adaptogen for me. Like, gives me so much energy, like generates so much energy in me. It's such a
Hmm.
cool plant. It looks pretty and stuff.
Yeah, it's got such a Viking history, and yeah,
And it's endangered, so like to be able to
I think,
grow.
and it's got a lot of similarities with dandelion.
Really?
Well, just in the sense that they're both resilient. Like if you think about the environment that rhodiola
Oh.
grows in, and if you think about dandelions, growing up through the cracks in sidewalks and coming up, even though people are trying to kill it everywhere, they've both got that gritty, determined, I want to be here and survive kind of energy.
Yeah, nice. Cool. Relate. I can totally relate to that.
Hmm.
Have you thought
Yeah,
about
I'm
your
always
wish
so
yet?
impressed when I see weeds growing up. No, I'm just thinking about rhodiola now. Honestly, I feel like I mean, But thinking about this weed thing, like whenever I see weeds growing up in cracks in sidewalks, I'm literally always impressed. And my camera roll isn't full of my kids anymore. It's just full of weeds growing up in cracks in sidewalks or growing out of drains. Like they just have such a zest for life, right?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, I'm a terrible mum. I was trying to find a photo of Akasha the other day and I was just like plants, 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 plants. I was, oh my God, like I don't take photos of my daughter anymore. It's just all herbs. Oh no.
Yeah, I know.
Or
Mine
herb
is
with
like
herbs, her
plants.
posing in front of herbs.
Yeah. I've got some of those as well. But mine's either plants or books I want to read.
Oh yeah, yeah, I got lots of those too.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's funny how it just changes, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, if I was going to be a dandelion wish, I think I would. No, I still can't. I've got to stick with world peace. I can't change that wish. But okay, I thought we'd play this game of getting to know you with random questions. So my question for you: if you're going to go to a desert island, and you, or maybe you're stranded, or you're going to go on a desert island, what's the one herb you take with you?
That's so easy. Plantain, of course.
Why? Plantain. Well, of
Plantago.
course, you're the queen of plantain. Okay,
Well, no, like
why?
because
Tell me why.
plantain is the king. Like I'm just like plantain is absolutely the most utilized herb in our household. Like even last night I did like had a facial on my, like opening up all my pores and fully like did this whole UV light thing. And I was like, my face was like raw and like open. And Akasha last night, you know, she's 13. She's just like my biggest hero. And she's like, Mum, while your face is all open, this is a really great opportunity to get herbs in there. Like to absorb them in. I was like, oh yeah, that's a great idea. Like this is late at night. I like can't be bothered. She's like, no, seriously. She's like, go get some
Mm.
plantain, mush it up, stick it on there. And I was like, I can't be bothered. Can you? She's like, yep. She goes out.
Oh.
She goes out in the dark, you know, wandering off looking for plantain.
Oh.
I'm yelling out from the safety of my doorstep, like, oh, over there. And she goes and picks some plantain and gives it to me. Here, wash this. Now chew it up and stick it on there. I'm like, okay, thanks, Mom. And I did, and it was
Oh,
great.
that's so
Um,
cute.
she's actually so resourceful with plantain, but it is just like it's our go-to. And and my skin felt great
Mm.
after that. I didn't feel all raw, and I felt like it did go in and penetrate because my pores were wide open. But yeah, we just use it for everything, for like bites and stings and cuts and scratches and like splinters. I've put it on a spider bite. I know you're not meant to. I probably shouldn't say that on here, but I have.
Mm.
And yeah, it's just kind of like our go-to for internal and external, for like sore throats, coughs, like anything digestive, whether it's constipation or diarrhea, you know, anything with any lining, any like mucosal lining, or just any membrane really. It's like
Mm.
eyes, it's like my first go-to for any eye thing, you know, whether it's conjunctivitis or a blocked tear duct or like or blocked oil gland or whatever, like, you know, just to your eyes, sinus, doing like flushes. Yeah, it's just kind of everything. It's like I think it's gonna be my they're gonna put it on my tombstone, or maybe like after I die, people start making cool memes with like a photo of me, and then they'll put like my famous quote of "If in doubt, put plantain on it." And in fact, anyone listening to this, you don't have to wait until I die to do this. You can actually start these really cool memes right now. They can work. Yeah.
I'm actually just imagining us having like a herbal fancy dress party and you're like in, you know, like in a banana, like a full on banana suit, but it's a plantain suit.
No, not that plantain, not that plantain. Oh my God.
And then maybe Akasha can come in like a plantain suit, but she's a poultice, so she's all mashed up.
Oh gosh. Oh no.
That'd be the weirdest. That'd be the weirdest herbal party.
Yeah. Oh, do you know what? Actually, I ran a workshop for a group of teenagers, 11 teenagers the other day, as you know, but the listeners don't know that. And one of the kids there, he said that he got stung by a sea urchin, and someone did a plantain spit poultice for that, and it worked a treat. And I was like, oh wow, that's cool. Haven't heard that one before.
Yeah, that is
But
cool.
yeah, definitely for venom or, you know, poison or anything, you know, it's got that drawing ability. So yeah, without making this turn into a plantain episode, and by the way, if you ever come to one of my workshops, if someone says the word plantain, all of my like core students giggle because it's like it's a trigger word in my workshops, because it's like anytime you say plantain, it could just suddenly now the whole rest of the workshop's going to be
It's gonna
about
be all the
plantain.
thing.
So
I
yeah.
thought you were gonna say everyone had to do plantain shots anytime someone said the word plantain.
That's cool. Yeah, let's do that like a party game.
Feel like a
Okay.
party game.
All right, and Herbfest after party. Let's do that.
In which you'll find me sleeping because it's such a big weekend.
True. I'm always trying to rope you into the after party dinner.
Yeah, I'll be ready for it, won't
Hey,
you?
so I would like to ask that question back to you. So if you were going to some far-flung planet in the solar system or some deserted island somewhere and you could only take one herb and there was no herbs there already, what herb would you take?
Honestly, I think it would have to be chamomile. And I know I did a whole episode
Mm.
on chamomile, but just when you were saying so many of the uses of plantain, chamomile has got so many of those same uses. Like with conjunctivitis and eye washes, you can use it for digestive
Mm.
system, you can use it for wound wash, for cuts and scrapes. I wouldn't like, because I've got more herbs at home, I wouldn't commonly use chamomile as like my first go-to for cuts and scrapes. Like I do plantain or calendula or, you know, one of the weeds
Mm-hmm.
growing outside with blue top or something. But you can still use it. Like it's got that antimicrobial property, the anti-inflammatory property. It's, you know, got a bit of affinity for some of the mucus linings, mucous membranes. It's not as probably diverse as plantain, listening to all the way you used it, but it's got other ones for like, you know, women and babies and all that kind of stuff. Everyone can just
Mm-hmm.
go listen to me being a total geek on on the
Oh
chamomile
yeah,
podcast that I did.
which is episode number 160, if
Very well
anyone.
organized.
And the link is in the show notes.
Hopefully, I'll be as professional as you one day.
Well, you better get professional because you're about to join the podcast.
Listen, everyone, she's such a taskmaster. Just listen to her. Bossing
This
me
is
around,
also
tell me what to do.
this is
Teasing.
also an induction session, Kat. It's your on the job training.
All right. I swear fealty to the Elder Tree podcast team. I solemnly swear to abide by the code of conduct and do exactly as Twiggy tells me at all times.
Have you read the code of conduct yet?
I did. It was very thorough, very well
Oh,
put
cool.
together.
Great.
Yep. I'll email it back soon. Okay, I got another crazy question. I got a crazy question for you. If
All
you
right.
were going to marry a herb, who would you marry?
Can I be a lesbian?
Sure, I don't care. It can be whatever.
Motherwort.
Ah, of course. Why? Why?
Oh, cause no, maybe that's a bit weird. Kind of like marrying your mum. Maybe that's a bit
Ah,
weird. Is that
I
a bit
don't know if
weird?
it's no, I don't think so. It's just that like desire for that mothering energy. Like you want to be in a nurturing relationship.
Yeah, I like, and a safe relationship, it's like motherwort is like the herb of safety and warmth and love and like that relaxed heart, that like normalizing to the heart, like how it normalizes heart rate,
Yeah.
and so, and just, yeah, all those beautiful actions on the heart, just like that safety, security, and just, yeah, like, motherwort helps with like anxiety and just, yeah, that sense of calm. It's kind of like no matter what happens, she's got your back.
Yeah.
And yeah, pretty much that. I
Yeah.
mean,
I think they're all pretty good things to have in a relationship.
yeah, I kind of wanted to say elder, and then I was like, but is that like marrying your grandmother? Maybe I'm a herbal lesbian, I don't know, like.
You just go up and down the matriarchal line.
Yeah.
Uh,
What about you, Kat?
I think mine would have to be comfrey. Just because
Mm.
for me, comfrey is like my rock. I honestly, it is like always there for me and for anyone when you need it. Comfrey is so reliable. And, you know, she grows easily in the
Mm.
subtropics where I am. She is just, I know I'm saying
Oh,
it's a
she.
she. I know I tend to say all herbs are she, but I actually feel there's
Ah.
probably more of a masculine energy from comfrey, having said that. But I just find
Mm.
comfrey is dependable and reliable and just so all around helpful in so many situations. You know, like bruises, broken bones, sprains, strains, you know, whatever it is, like healing wounds, as long as they're not puncture wounds and they're not dirty wounds. Like as soon as I broke my toe last year, I immediately put comfrey on it. I actually, oh my gosh, because it was such an awkward wound to care for. I probably should have just put a compress on, but I wanted to soak my toe. So I put it in a bowl and then I had to like tip the bowl on an edge to get my toe in on the right angle. And so of course, after like half an hour of doing that, I slip and the bowl like tips over and there's comfrey oil all over my rug and my floor.
Oh.
But I'm in immense pain because I've just broken my toe. And I'm like, kids, please, and so they were so good and they had to come and clean up this like epic comfrey oil mess all over everything. And I was just lying on the couch, incapacitated.
I'm going to try to
But
stop laughing at this because it's a really horrible thing to laugh at.
it was pretty funny. Oh my God. But comfrey's just there for you. Yeah. So that's probably would be one of my go-tos, one of my favorite allies. And just like the emotional, I've never ever read anything about that from an esoteric point of view or like an emotional point of view with comfrey, but there's just like a steadiness to comfrey's presence. I feel like a real
Mm.
unflappability that I really appreciate.
Is that a word?
I think so. I guess if it's, I mean, do you know that Shakespeare made up like half the words in
Yeah.
his plays, like, or like the
Yeah.
word eyeball? Like, I think if he can do it, we can do it. I mean, I'm not saying I'm Shakespeare by no means, but I think we can make up words.
So humble.
Um, all right. Okay.
Unflappability. Great.
On
Add that
flappability.
one to the dictionary.
We can, but it might already be in the dictionary. So if someone is out there and has a dictionary, like read it and let us know.
Yeah. Did you know that actually like on these well if you're listening to this through Spotify and you don't think that we're really evil for even publishing on Spotify, then like you can actually comment on the episodes below. So if you are on Spotify, you could and you do look up unflappability in the dictionary, please feel free to comment and let us know if it's there.
Please do. If you did listen to my chamomile podcast, you know I love reading. I love listener interaction. Oh man. Okay. All right. Next question. If you went clubbing with a herb, who would it be?
Ew.
What?
I said ew.
I thought you said ew, and I was like, what are you imagining right now?
No, clubbing. I don't know, like ew.
I know. It's actually kind of random because I don't go clubbing, and I would probably just say, actually, give me the sleep herbs, and I'm going to go have a nap in the car.
Oh, rhodiola.
Back to rhodiola, hey?
Yeah, or am I allowed to say entheogenic herbs? Because probably peyote.
Ah,
Um, or I don't know. Oh, actually, no. I want to go with Demiana.
oh yeah. I was
I've
thinking
made my
Damiana.
choice. Well,
Yeah.
because like when I do go to parties, like that's the herb I take with me, and
Ah,
share around because like I find for me Damiana's like the icebreaker. I find like I give and whenever I have someone new come to my house that I've never met before, and if there's just like that maybe that kind of even low grade awkwardness of like, oh, we're just kind of like getting to work each other out, and that just the Damiana just sorts that out. It just makes for me and what I've observed in other people just makes people just feel like comfortable with each other, and also if I am ever running a workshop or I go out and I'm like, actually I don't really want to be around people right now, like I just want to be in my garden or by myself or whatever, I have Damiana. It just helps me to engage. It helps me to feel connected, open, receptive, warm. And so that's why I actually take Damiana to parties with me when I do go to parties. So,
well, there you go.
um,
I like how you've
which isn't
explained that
all
as
that
well.
often. So if any listeners are listening to this and they're having a party, feel free to invite me because I don't go to parties. But like cool parties, like I don't want to go to crap parties.
Is that going to be a
So
cool party where you get to dress up in your plantain costume?
yeah, Yeah. And hang out with Damiana.
And so I like the way you've explained that though, because I know that we shouldn't pigeonhole, but I do and I don't really, but you pigeonhole Damiana as like the aphrodisiac love herb. So I love that you're
Oh
just
yeah,
giving
there's
the
that too.
but I like how it's like with that lens, like anyone who comes to your house, here, let me give you an aphrodisiac.
Yeah, it's kind of awkward when it's a man. It's more awkward because I feel like I have to let them know that it's kind of known as an aphrodisiac, and
Do
then they
you
look at me like
really?
you're giving. Well, because
That
I
is
don't
so
want them to
awkward.
like find out afterwards that I gave them an aphrodisiac without like informed consent. You know. And at parties as well, like when I like offer it to people and they're like, oh, what are the properties, qualities? I'm like, well, this, and it is also like known as an aphrodisiac. And they give me a little lifted eyebrow. And I'm like, look, no, I'm giving it to everyone. This isn't personal. And it's, not everyone has this experience. And then I go red and it's all awkward. So, but then I have more Damiana. It helps me with the awkwardness. So it's all good.
It kind of defeats the purpose though if you got to get super awkward about the explaining it.
But I think informed consent, I mean, I would not appreciate a man giving me an aphrodisiac without me knowing. Don't
Yeah,
you?
but it's not like it's so strong that you need
Well, for
informed
some people
consent,
it
do you think?
is.
Really? I
My
haven't
ex-partner would just refuse to have it.
really?
Yeah. Yeah. Really,
Yeah.
really, really worked for him.
Yeah. Well, there you go. So he's off the Damiana gift list then.
Yeah. I didn't always have informed consent. Sometimes I just give it to him like in another drink. Like, hang on, does this have Damiana in it? Anyway, I feel like
Well,
your questions are like revealing way too much about me to our listeners right now. Cat.
oh, welcome for your new podcast co-host, where we get behind the scenes and up and intimate.
Oh. So
um,
what about you, Kat? If you were going clubbing, and you took a herb with you, who would you take?
honestly, I've not thought about it at all, even though I asked you the question. And I went out recently, and you know what? I had a fruit smoothie because that's what my friends told me to do because I had to stay out really late for an event. And I was like, I can't stay up that late. So they were like, have a fruit smoothie, it'll give you energy. And so that's just what I did. And I didn't, I just bought it out in the city, but I would probably put herbs in there. Just ones that, I don't know, clubbing. I think I'd probably just have something like lemon balm, maybe, just so you're kind of happy and
Hmm.
relax and have a good time.
But then you wouldn't just get sleepy and want to go home.
Well, I don't think lemon balm doesn't make me sleepy. It just
Mm.
kind of is a good like stress relief herb.
Yeah, yeah.
But I mean, I'd probably be sleepy and want to go home anyway.
Let's be honest.
I'm having a party soon, and I'm like, guys, you can stay till late, and by late I mean 8 p.m., and then you've all got to go.
Hey, you didn't invite me.
Yeah, I know. You're invited.
This is getting awkward. I think I need to go have some Demiana. It's all right. I'll let you off the hook. You are like a 4-hour drive away, bare minimum. So it's
I
okay.
know. That's why. That's why. All right. All right. Do we have any other random questions, or have we revealed enough? What are we going to talk about? We had this idea for what we're going to talk about. Where are we going after this?
Well, we were going to talk about are we finished being silly? Because we were going to go into a bit more of a serious topic.
Oh yeah, but I
Have we
think we
got it
can
out?
keep
Have we
being
got it out
yeah,
of our
yeah.
system?
No, I think
Well,
we'll
we
just
were
keep
going to
being
talk
silly
about
while we're being
herbs for
serious.
uncertainty. We're going to talk
Ah,
about like the times we're in. Do
okay.
you want to lead that?
Yeah, do you want to see how I can bring silly into serious?
Okay,
Because
go.
I woke up this morning at 5 a.m. with a total racing heart. And I had just had this dream where I was sitting with a bunch of friends at a coffee shop and we were all chatting. And some girl came up on a hoverboard and was like, kind of inserted herself between us and just started chatting. And we were kind of like, okay. So we were chatting. And then after a while, it was getting awkward because we kind of wanted her to go away and she was like in our personal space. And then she said something, and my friend looked at her and was like, well, I know you're not real. And poof, the illusion went and she like just disappeared because she was actually a hologram. And then we got
Oh my
stabbed.
gosh. Oh.
Yep. And that is uncertainty around AI futures and
Hmm.
robots. And there's just some crazy. I
Obviously, yeah.
literally just saw today that the US, the New South Wales police are trialing like drones that can fly over people's houses and like have cameras and record everything.
Oh, that's gross.
It seems
That's
so
more gross than
invasive.
clubbing.
I know. I mean, try offering Damiana to a drone, right?
I know. Are we allowed to shoot them? That's not legal, is it?
It definitely wouldn't be, but I probably would. I just feel like it's so invasive.
Wow.
I
Yeah,
know.
that's taken a serious turn.
But it has. I feel like all the news I'm reading at the moment is taking a serious turn, like really quickly, and I just don't know how it came to be like, ha, like funny AI pictures of ourselves as Barbies or whatever that trend was that I never did, and now suddenly it's like, oh, the U.S. Department of War is using AI to like surveil its citizens and plan where to drop its bombs. It like went from nothing to here to crazy.
Hmm.
So what herbs would you take for that?
Oh, motherwort.
Yeah, safety.
Lucky, my new partner is motherwort, so we'll be together during these times. um, wow, yeah. I mean, yeah, or it's like, do I want to feel safe, or do I want to get fired up and go do something about it? Um,
Both,
take
I
some
think.
coca, take some like coca or some cat leaf and like go wage war on drones.
Yeah, I feel like we need to be able to do both because if we don't stand up, then we'll just lose our rights quickly without. But then it's also everyone's so busy, it's hard to like think about how to fit in the time for that without burning out. Because I think that's the thing about, sustained community action on these issues and just hearing all the news and all of the uncertainty in general. It's like that balance between how do we care and get involved and then how do we not do that so much that we burn out emotionally or we burn out
Yeah.
physically, and how do we actually then dance between outward facing action or outward facing just being aware with what's going on, and then inward facing, okay, I got to nourish myself and tend to myself, because you can't do that all the time.
All right. Well, to start with, I have an activist background. You probably don't know this about me. I used to like we used to hold up wood chipping ships and stop them leaving the harbor with old growth wood chips in them. And I've like chained my arms inside of big 44-gallon drums so that bulldozers couldn't get into a forest, and done silly, crazy stuff, and been on the front
Wow.
line for years, and burnt out. And a lot of my friends burnt out and ended up just on alcohol and just,
Mm,
kind of falling to pieces. And I kind of got out of that and was like, okay, I can't be on the front line. I can't be in the war. I've got to be in the making positive change. So yeah, I know that space quite well, and I do have a bit of an aversion to standing up to fight for rights of the forest or rights of the people, or rights of anything, of kind of more like the peaceful path. But yeah, like I suppose, yeah, but we do have to stand up for ourselves, right? And so I suppose, like, then to answer the question in that context, then for me, like the adaptogenic herbs, like something like ashwagandha, if people are already so busy and
mm,
already so burnt out and already so stressed, it's like, ashwagandha is like the great adaptogenic, like rebuilding herb. And then again, I don't know, rhodiola is just like the herb of the day for me, it seems. But
mm,
like just that, but the adaptogens that really like give power and force as well. You think of like the rhodiola just grows in like crags of like mountain alpine mountains. It's this slow growing tough little succulent that
yeah.
just grows in conditions that so many other most other things, there's not much can grow in that. And so that herb of resilience, so I suppose like herbs of resilience but of power, and steadfastness, and the roots in the ashwagandha as well, like you're taking the roots of the herb, so like kind of digging the roots in and not and standing up for ourselves, I suppose, would be herbs in that context for me.
Yeah. And I think like, knowing how to use each one wisely at different times, like ashwagandha and rhodiola are both adaptogen herbs, but they're so different. Like I would say ashwagandha is that like gentle, nourishing, restorative adaptogen, whereas
Mm.
rhodiola is the
Mm-hmm.
power adaptogen, like a really
Yeah.
stimulating one. And so it's like knowing that you can use the stimulating adaptogens those and like draw on their power, but if you do that for too long, they will burn you out even further.
Yep. Yep.
So it's knowing, okay, you know, use this for a specific amount of time for a specific perfect purpose, but it's got like a time limit, and then you need to work on other things because we can't just always be like pour. I know it's like pouring out, pouring out, pouring out, but it's like when you're taking those stimulating adaptogens, it just allows you to pour faster and pour harder, but eventually your bucket's just going to be empty.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas ashwagandha will like fill your bucket up while you're pouring, so it's kind of a bit more
Yeah.
of an even flow of energy.
Yeah. And kind of calm you down, but without sedating you as well.
Yeah,
I think
I
for
mean,
most people.
I really love ashwagandha. I mean, so many people do, but I really don't like it when people call it a panacea either, or think it's like I get so many pet hates. But I remember when herb
Trigger word.
trigger word, everyone's got a shot, plantain juice.
All right, panacea or plantain. We found our two shot trigger words for our upcoming Herbfest after party.
Mine might be a few if it's like a cure all, but it's like, when herbs started to get trendy, I don't know, like a decade ago, whenever it was, and suddenly you'd start seeing herbs in recipe books. Like people would just put maca in smoothies or ashwagandha in biscuits or whatever it was. They just show up in all these recipe books, but there was no context for them. There was no, you know, like just context about why you would use them or whether it was the right one for you or even like safety or contraindications. It was just like assume that all herbs are amazing for every people at all time and we should just put it in everything. And I like specificity, I think.
Mm.
And having said that, ashwagandha is amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely a herb for the times.
Yeah.
So what about you? If I turn that question back around.
Well, I do think that adaptogens have definitely got a role for like that endurance over the long term and that like helping to build resilience. But I think like probably like modern herbal culture focuses on them too much, and I think we need to focus a lot on nervines because it's like
Mm.
adaptogens. Well, I don't know. I want to say like they're the big heroes in a way, but if we work with our nervines, maybe we don't need our heroes as much to kind of come and save us because we're doing the daily work. It's like grandma. I'm just all about grandma herbalism, like doing the daily work of tending to our bodies, of tending to our minds, of tending to our emotions, and like nervines come and play a role with that of like helping us to feel calmer in the day or helping us to feel safer or helping us to feel more compassion or care, or there's stimulating ones as well, like helping us to focus and helping us to pay attention and to have mental clarity and stuff. So I think we probably need more focus on nervines.
Mm. So what would be your nervines of choice in this context?
I think it depends on the person. Um, Obviously, because we can like feel stress and anxiety. Is it more that someone feels stressed or they feel depressed about it? So that's kind of the first differentiation. And then, do you feel stress in your head or in your heart or your gut? Like, when you're talking about motherwort, you love motherwort because she's so
Yeah.
nourishing to the heart space. Whereas there might be other in like linden is like that, or hawthorn can be used like that, but then there's other ones that might be better for head, like passion flower and skullcap. I think of them much
Yeah.
more, you know
For
that
the
way.
head, yeah.
Do you
And then
distinguish like
lemon balm for the belly anxiety as
yeah,
well.
and chamomile maybe, catnip.
Mm.
Yeah, so I think about not just again like specificity, like how is it showing up in your body, and like also having blends. Like it can show up in like someone can be like totally stuck in their head and ruminating, and they can be having heart palpitations or like feeling that real surge of sympathetic drive in their chest. And so it's like it's not either or. It's like that's why I love formulating, right? Like you can have one of my favorite all time blends is lemon balm, chamomile, lavender, licorice, and it's got something else that I'm totally blanking on right now. God, I write this blend out all the time. Anyway, there's a fifth one in there. I'll have to look it up and tell you because I'm totally blanking it. But it's just such a nice blend of like, nervines, and anxiolytic herbs, and it's really calming to my system.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, beautiful.
have you got like a daily nervine that you would work with?
Just in general or like in this context?
Yeah, I guess in the context of uncertainty, like, there's a war in Iran going on at the moment. If you or anyone else was following that, like, there's a lot of this AI. Is AI going to take our jobs? Like, there's a lot of change. There's inflation, and petrol prices going to go up. Like, how do you stay grounded, or do you have any daily nervines you work with in the context of all this change and uncertainty?
Wow. Yeah, I mean, I do try not to rely on herbs but like, so I try not to have like a particular herb that's just my daily. I try to like, yeah, get the perspectives of lots of different friends, so to speak. But at the moment, yeah, I'm really actually enjoying because for some reason, I've been not sleeping well the last few weeks, and normally I sleep really well, and I've just been having like even like nightmares and just kind of um also like builder's brain, like can't stop thinking about all the projects and just want to kind of jump out of bed and keep writing lists, but I'm like, no, stop writing lists, just go to sleep. And so yeah, ashwagandha has been really helpful for me actually the last like week and a half, and so I wake up feeling more resilient, more capable, less unflappable, unshakable, and uh yeah, I like, yeah, so that's been really helpful. But often Akasha and I have chamomile of an evening for a similar kind of like wind down thing, and it's not just like a wind down, it's actually to be able to have that kind of really restorative sleep that I can sometimes struggle to get to when I'm so busy and there's so much going on. um yeah, I suppose like within the context of uncertainty, it's I do have like a bit of an overarching sense of trust um in what's happening. So yeah, I don't really like work with herbs for that, but I suppose with my history of previously of PTSD, like motherwort was my absolute go-to for worry, panic, uncertainty, PTSD, like anxiety flare-ups. Motherwort was the most supportive herb for me in that. I would often feel it in my chest and in my tummy, and so yeah, like a good lemon balm. But it's hard in the tropics to grow lemon balm that is actually active enough, and I don't like to buy it. So if I'm fortunate enough to be traveling through a temperate climate or whenever I'm down in Melbourne, it's really good. But yeah, so they're kind of my go-tos, but I haven't actually worked much with passion flower. But now at the Elder Tree Gardens, we've just got this massive passion flower vine growing beautifully that I got a cutting from Ronald Vanderwinkle at Marlene Herbs in Tasmania, and he got it from Pindari Herbs. And yeah, so yeah, anyway, without going on a tangent about that, we now have prolific passion flower growing, and so I'm
Cool.
looking forward to actually building a relationship with passion flower. But definitely skullcap more for like over mental. That would probably actually, I'm looking at a tincture on the shelf that I need to strain, but like, yeah, having that at bedtime would probably be really supportive for my builder's brain that just can't stop thinking about like where to place the garden beds in a new elder tree garden, or like yeah, who to call to get materials or whatever. So,
Yeah, it seems like you've got a really deep relationship with motherwort, hey?
yeah, really, it really supported me through and out of some pretty like complex PTSD and generalized anxiety, pretty hardcore daily, pretty debilitating stuff. And
Hmm.
motherwort was like one of the biggest, absolutely biggest supports to kind of, what I did say before, I don't like to rely on herbs, but I
Hmm.
definitely for a period of time yeah, relied on motherwort, not daily, but like regularly, and just as a means to an end. And now I just have a lot of respect and gratitude for that friend that really showed up for me for years during a time that was really challenging. So
I think it's okay to rely on herbs though for a little bit. Like, not like rely on them to the point of dependence.
Well, Susan Weed actually says that motherwort can be addictive.
Oh, okay. All right. I haven't read that about it.
She's the only person I've heard say that, though.
Yeah, I know. I don't always like quoting her though.
Remember, we are going to stay diplomatic.
uh, um, yes, that's the end of that story. um, I think it's okay to rely on herbs. Maybe not motherwort if she's addicted. Fine, but I feel like if like you can go to the earth and you can like give her your fears and you can give her your worries. Like you can lie on the ground and give all that over, and she will compost it.
Mm.
And I feel like it's okay. Like just like we are held by the earth, the plants can also hold us, and I don't necessarily think
Mm-hmm.
that's relying on them. But it's so funny because you and I are both like total herb nerds who probably use herbs all the time, but I don't recommend relying on herbs either. And like even I always catch myself because half the time I don't even talk about herbs in my newsletters and in my social media, because it's like herbs are one part of living a healthy life and they're one part of living
Mm.
well and dealing with all the things, but they're still only one part. And if we don't do the foundations, like the sleep and the movement and the how we talk to ourselves and do we have loving supportive relationships, like the herbs can't counteract all of that.
Mm-hmm.
They can kind of
Yeah.
facilitate it. But yeah, I don't know, it's always kind of funny. It's like herbs or herbs plus, which I guess is a big part of the way I practice, because I have that real holistic herbalism vitalist approach to herbs where it's much more just about like your life, as much as any one herb.
Yeah, well, yeah, we shouldn't be working with herbs um, as an option for like instead of making good choices. Like for example,
Mm,
I don't like I've actually refused to give Maureen and licorice to somebody once who was asking for it, but they were just chugging down bongs and smoking like a chimney, and
mm,
I said, are you willing to try to at least reduce and work towards quitting from these things? And I know that like substance addiction is a huge thing. You can't just kind of most people can't just flip the switch, but I was like, are you willing? I can support you, but are you willing to work towards removing these things from your life? And they're like, no way, no way. Like, and I was like, well, I'm not going to give you these herbs because you have a serious lung situation happening that you're creating, and you need to do something about that. And the milk, all the dairy as well that they were having as well.
mm,
um so yeah, I've had a few times like that where I'm like, no, I'm not going to enable bad decisions. And I know that addiction is a tricky one, but
mm.
but food addiction is a thing too, around dairy or comfort foods, or maybe addiction isn't even the right word, but compulsive behaviors. And
Yeah,
so,
and
but
it's
it's a big topic. But I don't like to encourage using herbs as a crutch, or and without, you could work with them as a stepping stone, like with me for the motherwort. Like, I'm going to take motherwort for a period of time to help get me out of this rut, and then and that's the goal, to get out of the rut myself, with the support of the herb. And then henceforth, after this, I have motherwort in my tool belt, in my garden, in my life, to call upon if needed, but I don't actually rely on her to function anymore.
yeah, and I guess if you do, it's because there's deeper issues that still need to be worked on.
Yeah.
I agree with that, and I also don't, just in the sense that I think sometimes herbs can help us like unlock something in us to get to the next place. Like herbs
Mm.
can make us more willing or able or have the capacity. Like, someone might not be able to change whatever they're doing now, but then the herbs give them that little bit more capacity, and then they're actually like, oh, I can shift it now. Or maybe herbs meet
Yeah.
their emotional needs, and then they're like, oh, I do feel safe, or I do feel heard. Like, because herbs have obviously got their own emotional intelligence that they bring to it as well, and they can work in ways that we can't understand in the body that can then help. It's like they can facilitate that transformation in someone.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Absolutely.
yeah, it's probably very nuanced, isn't it? But
Mm-hmm.
then people can just use them as band-aids as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I should probably also add that doesn't mean that because we want to make good decisions doesn't mean we need to make perfect decisions all the time, because I'll definitely eat my cake and I will enjoy it.
Nice. Your gluten-free, sugar-free cake?
Yeah, no way. It is like loaded with chocolate and it is full of spelt flour.
Ah, cacao's good for you.
I know.
Well, to an
I
extent,
I
actually.
know.
I had a big ceremonial cacao this morning. End up with a jangy jaw and a racing heart and a dysfunctional mind that like couldn't actually focus. It's like, oh
Oh,
yeah, too much of anything's not good for you.
I know.
That was a little bit too
I
much.
can't eat really dark chocolate anymore. It gives me headaches.
Hmm.
I don't know why. I don't know if it's the heavy metals. I don't know if it's just too like stimulating. I don't know if it's just my liver's like, I don't want to process this anymore. Like, stop eating dark chocolate.
Hmm.
Super annoying.
Interesting.
Oh no, the body. All right. So, been a good chat.
Well, yeah, I'm super excited to be having you. I'm like now I just want us to like actually have every episode just us having a big chat and turn it into a herbal comedy show. So for any of our listeners, if you've got this far,
Yeah, I know.
we welcome your feedback.
If anyone else ever wants to listen to us talk again.
Please let us know. I suppose it does come a little bit down to how much I actually edit this episode.
I wait with bated breath.
Yeah. Well, considering it's got to be out in 2 days, and in 2 days is also, hang on, no, tomorrow. Oh gosh, tomorrow's the new moon. All right, I better get onto this.
I thought it was
Uh,
Thursday.
oh, I hope so. Well, I know that tomorrow I'm running a working bee in the Elder Tree Garden.
Yeah.
And it's the last big one before our grand opening. And then the next day, Annalise Horton is coming to the Elder Tree Garden and running a herb spiral, making workshop all
Cool.
day. And then I hopefully have a day to get everything ready for our grand opening the next day and our AGM. And it's all very exciting. But somewhere in the midst of that, I'm going to fit in starting off my next course, the Nettle Moon, and release my newsletter. Oh, and release the Elder Tree newsletter and release this episode. So
You got a big couple
just
of
a little,
days.
there's a little window. Yeah, this is like, it's kind of leading up to the solstices, and equinoxes are always in the elder tree space especially
Mm.
are pretty huge, but then new moons are always big in the alchemilla herbal space. So I've been
Uh,
lately reminding myself of those like Indian deities with all them arms. I'm like,
yeah.
I don't know which one, but yeah,
I
I'm one
don't
of
know enough
them.
about them to know.
You can bow and give me offerings if you like. So what's in store? Have you thought about your half of the segment? What you're gonna do?
um, would it be wrong of me to say no? No,
Well,
I'll think.
hopefully between now and the next episode, you've kind of got something worked out.
Yeah, I think it's be fun. We're just going to share lots of laughs, lots of herbal knowledge, and lots of practical information people can use in their daily lives.
Nice.
Yes, and I am busy at work, so I've got my membership, the Home Herbalist Club.
Yes.
In the middle of like I release new content every month, and so I'm in the middle of like filming content for next month and finishing off all the handouts and stuff. I'm about to release a new mini course, like the cold and flu herbal care course. And so I was
Cool.
filming that today and just finishing off the workbook for that. So that's kind of like a really like mini immediate like my kid's got a fever, what do I do? And then it's designed to be just like meet you exactly where you are and just give you the recipes you need to handle the symptoms of cold and flu.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really, really excited about getting that into people's hands, because I went to the dentist once and my dentist was away, and anyway, so one of the dentists was away, and the receptionist was like, "Oh no, poor guy! Like him and his whole family are sick, and they've got nothing to help them." And I was like, "Oh my god, there's so many herbs that could help you." Like I just want people to have this knowledge so they can, do life a little bit more gracefully and with a bit of support and ease.
That's wonderful. Well, for the listeners, there's going to be the link for the home herbalist course. Sorry, what do you call it, Kat? What's the
Club, it's
name
the
of it?
club, bro.
The club, the Home Herbalism Club. Very, very cool. So sign up to a membership with Kat with Everyday Empowered, and you're going to get like all this epic content.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting.
And I'm going to put a link to it in the show notes. So if you want to know more about it, go down there. And we've got Herbfest coming up in
June 14th.
3 months.
I know,
3 months.
3 months. I'm so excited. I can't wait for everyone to come and join us. So it's June 14 on the Sunshine Coast in Coolum, and it's like over 1,000 people will be there just having the best time of their lives. Twiggy's going to be coming up and being on a panel, which I'm super excited. She's going to be there to represent the elder tree and share her herbal knowledge and just her sunny face, and maybe we'll do our comedy routine.
Unedited, unflappable. Maybe we can call it unflappable.
But
can I call this episode unflappable? No.
I don't think anyone's going to get it. But maybe we can call it unflappable, but then we'll have like 1920s flapper dresses. How cute would that be?
Oh my gosh.
Alrighty. Well, I think it's about to click over to an hour, so I think we've done a pretty good episode. If people have lasted this long, we should have maybe they can get an award too, Twiggy. You're handing out awards today.
Yeah. All right. If somebody is listening to this, still has hung in there this long, I'm going to give you half price to my next. What are we doing? We're doing the nettle moon now, and so the next one is motherwort. Oh, and that's been a bit of a theme. So for my next meandering medicine course, the motherwort moon, anyone that's come this far can jump in for half price. I've never given that to anyone.
What?
So
that is insane. That is literally insane value. That's incredible. Someone is going to be so lucky to get that. Wow. Yeah. Wow. I want to listen to the episode all over again so I can do it. Does it count? I heard it here now. I'm here.
Yeah, it is good to listen back on the episodes. That's another good tip in the induction episode.
That is so generous of you. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for the listeners.
Yeah, hopefully I don't get too flooded.
Oh well, whoever's that keen bean who listens first and actually wants to do it, because it would be so special to learn from motherwort from you, because you have got such a deep relationship and have used her so many different ways, and I'm sure shared it with so many people. Like that's such a gift to learn about herbs from people who've got that relationship with them.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I want to learn chamomile and comfrey from you.
Yeah. Well, go listen to that chamomile episode.
I did.
Of course you did. Of course you did. Yeah, you said
that. I had to make sure there was good quality on my segment.
I'm just laughing to myself that was the episode. You're like, yeah, I think she could be a co-host with me. All right.
Yeah, for the listeners that just, slip that in there too, is that those 2 episodes that Kat recorded for me, was one of them was when I was relocating interstate and was like, oh my God, totally stretched. And Kat reached out and asked me. And then the other one was when my mum died. Everything was happening. So yeah, I'm super grateful. You're amazing. Thanks.
Oh, thanks.
I'm excited to have you in the team, in the ever expanding podcast family.
Yeah, it's super nice. It's such a nice group of herbalists, and like they're all so great. Yeah, it's a pleasure, a joy. I can't wait to share more airtime with everyone.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yay. Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye. Thank you so much for listening to the Herbal Education segment of the Elder Tree podcast. Stay tuned every new moon as I interview more wise and inspiring herbal educators and herbal lore keepers from around Australia. If you would like to go deeper with the podcast journey, you can become a member of the Elder Tree Trove on Patreon. Contribute as little as $2 per week to access free content from our interviewees and also access discount codes and opportunities which are exclusive to our members. You can find us on Patreon by going to www.patreon.com/The Elder Tree. Other ways that you can assist us in getting our offerings out there to more people in Australia is by subscribing and leaving a review on Apple Podcasts and on the Spotify app. Also, liking, commenting on and sharing our social media posts actually has a really positive impact and helps us to reach further with the message from all of the amazing herbal lore keepers that we interview on this podcast. Thank you so much for your support and have a most wonderful day.